still be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another CC haul. Today I have over 100 new CC items for both your male and your female Sims for you. As always, you can find links to everything in the description down below. And of course, I also added numbers and categories to this video just to make things a little bit more easy for you guys. And this is like my 50-second CC haul, so I'll put a playlist of all of my CC hauls up right now so you can go check those out if you're still in more need of CC after this video. But you know, without further ado, let's sit back, relax, talk about life, grab a snack, grab a drink, you know, whatever you need to be comfy for the next few minutes. I hope you're all doing well. I have had a very tiring week, to be honest. If you didn't know, I'm currently at a clinic to figure out my mental health stuff that is going on or has been going on for a few years now, and I have to go there from like 8 until 3 most days, so 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. I didn't go on Wednesday because I was just so freaking pooped. I had a weird talk to I live with 2 people, and one of them, I can't, it's a bit of a mess right now, and she has some sort of like really small little issue that she can't really articulate, and she like snaps at people when she's in a mood, and I can't deal with that. Like, for me, I hate it. Like, I'd much rather just people tell me what's going on than just like randomly snap at me. But you know, that's that. And then they kind of like forced me into having a talk, which I didn't want to have because I have been exhausted and I literally have zero capacity for anything else right now. And she got very loud. She got like super loud, and like for me, that is the worst. I can't deal with it. It just makes me feel so uncomfortable, and I couldn't really leave the situation, and it's been going on forever, and I started crying and everything, and it just would not stop. So as you can imagine, I was extremely pooped after that. I was just drained, you know, and then I can't really just go to my room and close the doors because I have 2 cats, if you didn't know, and they need to, you know, be able to come in and out of the room, so my door is always kind of just ajar. It's not even lean to, you know, it's just open a tiny bit, so I feel like I don't really get the same downtime everyone else does because my door is open. But yeah, she is moving out soon, so you know, that's why I also didn't have the mental capacity to talk it out, especially if she gets loud, because it's just like, it's whatever, like she's just gonna be here for 2 more weeks, and then all of that is sorted and I don't have to spend my energy on it anymore. But I called into the clinic on Wednesday and said I can't come in, and then it was really annoying because there is one nurse there who doesn't just bother me, but apparently bothers other people as well, because I've said stuff to like the other patients there that I talked to, and they were all like, oh, which nurse was it? And then I said the nurse, and they were like, oh yeah, she's a bit, you know. And I pretty much called in. I was like, I can't come in. I'm like super exhausted. Like literally everything hurt. My whole joints hurt. I was just feeling super weak. I was feeling kind of sick. Just absolutely drained, both physically and mentally. And then she kind of tried to talk me into coming in, which I got really annoyed about. And I was just like, I'm not gonna come in. And then she's like, well, maybe I'll call you back later. And it was just that sentence that bothered me all day, because I just needed a break. You know, I've been going there for 3 weeks every single day now, and it is exhausting, like being there, being around other people in the downtime, like between therapies that I have to do. There is just a room that we all sit in, so I can't really just leave and be by myself. The weather is also awful, so it's not really like I can just chill outside, you know. So I'm just kind of stuck there. Everyone is super nice, but it's still well, not everyone. There's people who I get on my nerves, but I feel like it's like that everywhere. And I've been telling that same nurse, I was like, well, I'm introverted, and you know, it's just kind of getting to me being around people. And then there's obviously new people all the time because some people are done with their time there, so they're getting released, and then new people come in, so it's quite a lot of changes, and then it's loud and it just gets a lot, especially if you're introverted. It just becomes a lot quite fast, I would say. And I was telling her about it because every morning you need to check in with the nurse, and unfortunately the nurse that I don't like is the one that I have to talk to. There's different groups and I'm with her, which is a bummer. But I talk to her, and every time I tell her something that is more my character than my mental illness, she always says it's great exposure. And it's really been getting to me because you just don't feel taken seriously, I guess. It's just like, if I tell you something that bothers me, if you're the nurse there who's there to, make patients feel better, wouldn't you just be like, hey, I understand that you're feeling that way. Like, if you're introverted, it makes sense that you need a lot of time for yourself and that you can't do that right now. And like, I'm sorry, there's no better way of solving it. And like, is there anything we can do to help, like stuff like that. But to keep telling people that it's great exposure when it's not their mental illness and not a fear of them, but just, being drained because there's too much going on for your personality, it's just kind of rude. And apparently she says it's great exposure to everyone no matter what they're talking about, and it's whatever. I luckily only have to talk to her in the mornings and then I'm done with it, so it is what it is. But it's just really been getting to me. Last week I was just like, super bothered, and I was also extremely exhausted. It's just, as like a big introvert, it really is just exhausting to be around people all the time, especially if it's not the people that you choose to be around. And I have definitely noticed that after the clinic, I get home and I don't want to talk to anyone. Like, usually I love talking to, my boyfriend or other friends, my family, whatever, people I like. But I can't do that right now because I am just so exhausted and like socially drained, I would say. But it's, it is what it is. I sadly only have real like 101 therapy once a week whilst I'm there, and my therapist is great. He's like really nice and he seems to know a lot. I think he's fresh out of uni and then training, so he's new to the game. He still has a lot of energy, I feel like, and he knows a lot of new things that maybe some older therapists wouldn't necessarily know about, or maybe it wouldn't be as fresh because they're not straight out of their training. But it's great. Like, he knows a lot and he asks a lot of like good questions, and we're doing a full diagnosis, so by the end of it I should hopefully have like a clear picture of what's going on with me, because I know that I've talked about this like a bunch of times on my channel, and I always I always find it not funny, but like it always, I guess, surprises me when people are like, oh, it's so great that you're so open about it, because honestly, I am an open book. There's like no secrets for me. For me personally, it doesn't make sense. I never think that people mean ill with me. Like, I know that certain people don't tell others everything because they're like, oh, what they're going to do with that information. But I'm always like, what are you going to do with that information? Like, if I tell you I'm depressed, what are you going to do? It's not really a lot you can do with that information, and I don't even think about that, to be honest. I just don't go into conversations or voiceovers like this and think that people are out to get me. I just usually assume that people are good, and maybe that's naive, but that's just who I am. I just believe in the good in people, even though people haven't always been good to me, but still, I believe that most people don't mean ill with whatever they do. So I just talk about this quite a lot on here, and like I said, it surprises me when people are like, oh my god, it's great, you're so open, like break the taboo. But for me, it isn't really a taboo. It's mental health. It's just like physical health. If I was sitting here and saying that I had chronic back pain, I wouldn't think that anyone would be like, it's so great you talk about it. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it's just not in my world. But yeah, I have been getting diagnosed with like a severe depression, I think for the first time 5 years ago, something like that. And after that, I have also been diagnosed with like anxiety, general anxiety, and social anxiety. So those are like the main things, but to be honest, I feel like there's something else going on that is causing those things, because it's just like a feeling. I can't really explain it. It's just that whenever I hear the symptoms of both of them, I'm like, yes, but there's something else behind it, you know. I think there's something else causing all of this, and I really just want to get to the bottom of it and figure it out and know what my diagnosis is, just so I can use that and go to a therapist in the real world and be like, hey, here's my diagnosis, please help. You know, I just feel like it makes a lot of sense, and it's so good because at the clinic there is both therapists, but also doctors and psychiatrists. There's also nurses, you know, there's just a lot of people, and they all kind of come together and talk about you. So in terms of getting a diagnosis, it's just going to be really good, because a lot of people are going to have an input, a lot of people are going to have an opinion, and I feel like it's just the best chance of getting like an accurate diagnosis. And I feel like that's what I need. I feel like after 5 years of literally trying everything under the moon to get this depression under control, it's what I need and it's what I want. I literally cannot wait for the day of having a diagnosis and being able to work towards feeling better, you know. I think a lot of it, honestly, don't know if any of you, well, I know that a lot of you are also struggling with mental health issues, but probably not all of you. I just know for myself that I am tired of feeling like I can't achieve things, and I'm tired of being super excited about a project or my channel or university, and then that excitement kind of just coming to a full stop when I have like my worst depressive phases. It's just gutting, you know, if you have something like a goal that you want to achieve, something you want to do, and then you're just being held back by your brain pretty much. It sucks, and I hope that one day it wouldn't be like that. Or I mean, I feel like at this point it is fair to say that I'll probably be depressed for the rest of my life, or have a depression. Like, it's not always acute, is that the word in English? I don't know, it's not always present, I guess. Sometimes it's more in the background, but it can always come back. It's just great to be able to know that maybe the times in between having depressive phases would get a bit longer, because there is things like this channel, you know, where I'm like, oh my god, I loved doing this. I love The Sims, and I feel like my love has been slowly dying down, especially for The Sims 4, but also just because of the state of mind I'm in. Like, I can't really get super excited about things. There's a new pack coming out, as you all probably already know. Is it called Growing Together? Possibly. But at this point, you know, it is the pack I always wanted, because it's like more family oriented and like more realistic. But I saw it and I was like, oh, that's cool, but I didn't get the excitement that I used to get for packs, and I just crave that, you know. I just crave getting super excited about things that I love, and fingers crossed it will come back, you know, working towards it. So yeah, I guess here's to like all of you out there who are also struggling. We got this, okay? We're gonna push through together, and I know it feels super hard in the moment and like impossible, but we can hopefully all get help and get through it. And hopefully most of you have like a good, I think, what is it called in English, support sister, that's the word. And yeah, if not, you know, join the Discord server, talk to us. It's great over there. Everyone is super nice. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye.